For this first class, we're gonna do something inspired by what inspired the name of the Blue Rider Art Club, which is Kandinsky cover for the Blue Rider Almanac. My name is Valérie Chaussonnet. I'm a visual artist, a painter, and a sculptor. I'm also a museum anthropologist, and I'm really excited that I can share with you my passion. I love music. In the class, we're going to play some music as we're painting, and I'll do a selection of music related to the horse and to the theme. I was very fortunate to work at the Smithsonian for 10 years, and it's during that time working with all these beautiful artifacts that I decided to go to art school and to become a sculptor. As a sculptor, I enjoy metalwork. I really like forging, and I like to make little landscape like this one. I love people, and I really like stories. I'm also a collector, and sometimes I find things, like I found this little horse, and it was blue and made me think of Kandinsky. It was lost, and I brought it home to be with my other horses. We're going to talk about the place of the horse in the history of the world, in the history of art, and we're also going to spend some time drawing and painting and sculpting some horses, and I'm looking forward to it. So this is the horse that Kandinsky did as a study for the Blue Rider Almanac, and we'll explain this in the class, but we're going to take an inspiration from this horse. We don't have to do an exact copy. You can tell that he's used watercolors, so we're going to trace it with a pencil, and I'm going to take this page and take one shape of it. So I'm going to start with this part, the head of the horse. And you can see it's very loose. It doesn't have to be precise. It's very long. Ooh, look at his ears going down. That's showing the energy of it. Then like the nose like this. And then beautiful big cheek. You know how horses have those huge cheeks. And then the long neck. And the long neck going towards the rider. And then I'm gonna go around here. Very long, elongated legs. Actually, his are like this. It's going almost vertical. And then we're going back. We're doing the belly. Looks almost with the ribs, almost like a dog's belly, doesn't it? Now here's the big thigh. And the leg. Oh, look at those beautiful hoofs on here. You can see that. So that's what I'm doing, like here. And then it becomes all skinny and narrow, as you know. And then here. And then this big horse butt here. What do you call that in English? In French, it's called la croupe. You guys are gonna have to teach me all these words in English. And then there's a second leg that follows exactly the same pattern. And here's the back. So now very quickly, because we don't have very much time, I'm gonna do the leg of the rider. And he's sitting there. And then it's very, very stylized and very loose. Big arm holding a scarf of some kind, going down to the other hand, and then going this way. So here we have the general shape, and I don't want to take too much time. Here we have these long bubbles. That's going to make the horse look very white when I paint this. Here, here. Okay, now we're going to paint. So here is my set of watercolor, and that's the little set you have too. And I have 2 different containers for the water. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wet the area that is gonna be painted red on around the horse. So I'm waiting all this. I'm gonna show some of it and then you can finish that later. And as you can see, I'm not fussing, huh? I'm not fussing. Okay, let's start with this. Then with my brush, I have already wetted the paint and I've put it in a little well here, and that's my paint. So see what happened, the beauty of watercolor. I'm doing what is called wet on wet, where the paper is already wet and I put lots of paint and it's gonna develop by itself, doing this beautiful different nuances. And then we continue like this until you fill it up. So I filled up the rest of it, and with a pencil I could make more of those marks. You see here there are all those different things going on. Now we're gonna do the ink part, and then the colors we'll do later. Of course, in the class we'll have time to do all of this step by step. So I'm gonna do a big triangle here, and then I'm gonna do two shapes. This shape's here is going. Oh, there is this interesting wavy thing. And then here, I don't have as much room, but we can do dots on there. And then all kinds of things are happening around the rider. Okay, so for now, for our purpose, we have some of the ink, and I have the different brush for the ink. And the ink we're gonna use to draw the outline. Here you see the outline of the horse. So I'm gonna do all of this part. So again, I'll start with the nose. I'm very inspired by the nose. I'm going like this. And look, I'm following the shape, the little ears. I'm reloading my brush. The cheek is really pronounced because we know it's an important feature. And here's all kinds of beautiful things with this. The eye look very simple. And then there is this mark here, and then the nose. See, that's just a few brush marks to mark the expression of the horse. The neck goes this way. Again, I'm not fussing. The nice horizontal. I think I said vertical earlier. I meant horizontal. You guys knew that, right? I can go like this. And the front, the hooves, and then here with the legs from horses are fascinating. So different from ours, aren't they? Like this. And then I'm going around like here. That's so much fun, right? To do this, the tail has a lot of energy. It's going like this. Oh, the ribs. And here's the leg, here's the rider. So the rider, as you see here, Kandinsky painted the red all across the body of the rider. And then he painted green on the top. You can tell it was painted afterwards. But we don't have to do it exactly like this, of course. You do it the way you want. Here is this big cape. Whoop, whoop. The head. And here's the body, the leg, the boot. mark for the neck to show the energy. Okay, so I'm gonna continue like this, and I'm gonna do the raised arm, the cape is going like this, floating. That will be painted blue. That's part of being the blue rider. Maybe the blue rider was that he had this big blue, he or she had this big blue cape. And then this mark here, in the class, I would encourage you to do your own abstract marks of what you think would be fun to have here. Your favorite shapes. So here, Kandinsky put a big yellow triangle, but you don't have to do that. You can do another shape. This I like a lot. It's almost like it's becoming a seascape. And then all kinds of things that can be done afterwards. So we're gonna stop for now, but I would like for you guys to have a little fun with this. You're getting this image. You can take it as an inspiration. It doesn't have to be exactly what we've done, but that's an understanding of what the step was from being realistic to become abstract, which was the big contribution of Kandinsky and his colleagues at the time 100 years ago.